Hello, welcome back to the video here. Today we are looking at a locals duel. It was a short locals, it was only 3 or 4 rounds, not many people showed up, but I brought something different. I brought Dinomorphia, and I had a lot of fun with it. My opponents didn't, but I did. So this is one of my duels against Leerlusk Tri-Brigade. My other two duels were against Draco Tell, and the other one was Go Second Sky Striker. So pretty, either meta or off meta decks. This one was probably my one of my most fun duels. I just like Leerlusk Tri Brigade, even though it doesn't really do much. I still just like the concept of it. But yeah, we're gonna get into the duel. My opponent goes first here. He opens up with the I think it's called Bird Call, Leerlusk Bird Call. He just he does a standard combo, and instead of ending on the blue bird, the one that bounces monsters that would be special summoned, he tends to end on the Utopic Draco Future, I think it's called, or Utopic Future Draco, whatever. I think it's UDF, Utopic Draco Future. So he goes through his whole combo. Not really much to say at this point about what's going on. It's just, pretty standard stuff. I think he should have probably just ended on Assembled Nightingale and the Bluebird. I forget what that rank one's name is, the one that bounces. Maybe wait until next turn to go into the UDF.
One or two. Habakiri should go to one or two, and then it's fine. Then I'm okay with the deck. But until then, yeah. Many birds, many birds. Seidel. The big boy himself.
Okay, so basically what he's ending on here is just UDF and a set. Now, the set is Revolt.
I will draw.
Luckily, Revolt doesn't really matter here. So I draw first thing, Pot of Duality. You're never special summoning turn 1 in this deck. So I reveal, considering my hand that I already have Frenzy, Domain, Alert, Brute. Like, my hand is so unbelievably stacked. I have a choice. I can either get a second copy of something like Frenzy, so that way if he hits one with Revolt, it doesn't matter, or, which you saw there, I went for Intact. I think Intact was a bit of a better choice, just because I knew that even if he hit one of my special summon traps, he's not going to hit the other, and as long as I can land a fusion on the board, then this game is completely wrapped up already.
Turn, instead of taking the normal battle damage, my life points just keep halving. Okay, I am going to do this. 1, 2, 3.
So what I'm considering here is setting the Solemn Warning. I think about it for a little bit, as you can see, because it's a good deck against anything that inherently summons, like Xyz or Synchro or Link. Ultimately, I don't, because I don't see the value. Because I'm not going to go for the Pterodactyl. I don't ever remember it. Stealth Bergia. I'm not going for Stealth Bergia, so I might as well go all out for the Dinomorphia play. He goes Revolt, hits Brute, and I am feeling so good here because I have both my traps. I have the negate. I have, I'm going to get into Rexarm, which is another negate that shuts down UDF. It just felt really good. Just in such a good spot right here.
Send Therizia to summon out Kentragina. On res of that, I'm going to activate Frenzy, pay another half, to fusion summon using one monster from my extra deck and one from my main deck. I'm going to send Bird, Diplos, to summon Rexsturm. Let's see. Thinking here. Oh, and her attack is equal to
Admittedly,
my
here I
basic
do a
equal my
really
life
bad
points.
job
So instead
of
of 4,000, it's
explaining the
2,000.
attack stat
Rexstrom
of
is
Kentrigina.
so
It's just a
you
confusing
cannot
card
activate
that
monster effects on the field
her
that
attack
have equal or higher attack than my life points.
decreases
So anything
by the
2K or higher
amount
cannot
that is
activate
left
those effects.
over in your
You're
life
limited per turn.
points from 4,000 or lower. So if it's at 4,000, it's 0, and as your life points decrease, her attack
During damage
re-increases
steps,
up
I'll
to
activate Rexstrom.
4,000, which
So
it
I'm
never
going to
can be.
have
It can
my
only
life
go up to
points,
3,999. So I
and
was trying
then
to explain
your
that,
monster's attacks on
and it
field
didn't
until the
really,
end phase
I
will
didn't
be
convey it
equal
very
to my
well,
life
but I think he
points.
understood
So
overall
this will
what
go up to
was being done. So
3,000.
this is me
This will go down to
explaining it
1,000.
again,
So you'll take
because he went to
2,000.
battle after I explained it, and so right before he attacked, I explained it again, and he
So
just felt,
it's
he,
equal to what
went
my
through with
life
the
points
attack
are
anyway. He's just like, all right, well,
minus
I'll just take the
this.
battle damage.
So it's whatever
The
this
UDF
base
can't be
is, so
destroyed
4,000
anyway by battle,
minus 1,000.
even though its activated effects are negated by Rexterm. That's a passive permanent effect that it has.
So I'm trying to explain the best I can.
Yeah.
These cards are confusing.
Since this thing can't destroy a battle, it just stays on the field.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just take 2,000.
Right.
First turn there.
All right. Thinking here.
And that was just till the end of my end phase that they're
It's just until the end of your turn. So, so you're just going main phase 2, end phase.
Yeah.
All right. So end of main phase 2, I'm gonna activate alert. I'll pay half my life, and then special summon 2 Dinomorphias whose level equal 8 or less.
Yep.
So I'll do Diplos and Therizia. I'll go chain 1, chain 2. Diplos is gonna send a Dinomorphia card, then gain. Oh, then you take 500, and then Therizia is going to set a trap and increase its attack by 500.
Yep. So I take 500.
So yeah, you take 500 points of damage. I am going to set.
I don't know. I kind of hope you go against Alice next round. Because he's playing as vampires. I want to see which one of you could get the lower life points.
Set alert and Diplos. I'm going to send, if I can find it, reversion. Thinking here.
Now this one is, I can activate things with attack higher than your
You
life
can't.
points.
So yeah, anything on the field you can't activate whose attack is equal or higher than 500 right now. Still end of main 2. I'll go Kentrigina effect. I'll pay half. I will banish domain, and then it's going to copy domain's effect.
What does domain do?
It fuses like a brand fusion, so I'm going to use 2 from deck, hand, field. So I'm going to just use the 2 here to summon a Stealth Bergia. Stealth Bergia makes it so while my life points are 2,000 or less, I do not pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinomorphia monster effects. When you activate a monster effect, quick effect, I can inflict damage equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is destroyed by our card effect, special a level 4 or lower Dinomorphia from grave.
Activate the effects, okay.
Yeah, run's fine.
And that'll do it. You can. Did you want to do anything in main phase 2 still, or still go in? Okay, I will draw. Standby, main.
Yep.
Okay. I will activate alert, pay half. Special 2. We will just go. I guess it's fine to do both. So we'll go chain 1, chain 2. So you'll take another 500. I will send a copy of domain. And Therizia will set a copy of Sonic. It's a spell trap negate by paying half. And then its attack will become 2,000. Her current attack is 3,875. Let's do this now. I'll go effect to make. So I'm going to have my life points again, if it even can. Close enough. So
It'll keep having until
there you go.
21.
So right now, all of your monsters' attack is 63. Pretty cool.
Funny.
Um,
Want to see if you get him down to 1?
no. Go to battle.
Sure.
So we'll go. So that can be destroyed by battle.
Nope.
So we'll go 3K into 63.
I'm not.
Just do 2950.
I'm just gonna say that's close enough.
And then that would be lethal.
Sure.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming.
Yep, so that wraps up game 1 here. I just killed him because he left his UDF in attack, which is funny because I have outs to it in the deck, but he would have had a lot more draws if he switched it to defense. He just forgot that Rexterm and the attack difference and all that. So I use Rexterm, make it, half my life, which goes down to 63. We do damage calculation, and I wouldn't recommend doing this at regionals, but for the sake of a locals, we just agreed, like, what, let's just round it out to like 50s and 100s, just to 50s, 75, 100, just concrete numbers instead of this minimal, 63. Then, half of that it would round down to 26. We're not trying to do that kind of math. So, yeah, I don't feel the need to side deck. Like I said, it's a short locals, and to be honest, I felt very confident without siding in terms of what I had in my main deck between Fair Flames, Brood, Alert, the Domain, the Frenzy, the Judgments, the Warning, Judgment, rather, it's at 1 now, the Warning, Solemn Strike, all that stuff. I was just very confident, especially with Soul the Supreme King. So I just shuffle, go right into game 2 here with him. I don't think he sides. I think he just leaves his deck as is too. He's probably confident as well. Hopefully. I'm assuming he's hoping that he can just pull out the win here, go to game 3. But things don't quite work out in his favor either here.
Okay.
That's gonna be funny. Start by pitching kit, especially the crash.
Yeah, so Tale as Old as Time here. Dinomorphia going second. What else? I was really confident here. I really had no worries about going second. My hand was pretty stacked. And against something like Lyrilusk Tri-Brigade, which isn't an old deck, but it isn't a strategy that can really hold up to meta relevancy anymore. Maybe until Burst Protocol comes out with their new Tri-Brigade card or cards. I know one of them is a kit monster, but yeah, I was really confident here in my hand. As long as Dinomorphia opens up multiple fusion traps, just at least 2 going second, Frenzy and or Domain, or 2 of them, then the deck can go second, really no problem. So I just let him play this out, and I just sat back, watched, again, confidently knowing that I was going to be able to not only break the board, but set up something afterwards.
Barrel Canary. Just in case I make the turn 2 or turn 3. Probably am.
Just overlay all 4 of them.
Yep.
With bouncing.
Probably could.
Actually, yeah, response.
Future, Draco Future.
Yeah, as a quick note, I will say, I think if he kept the Ensemble Robin, it would have been really good. I'm pretty sure that is the specific card wherein if your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach a material to bounce the monster back, which, if that is the effect I believe it is, then that would have worked phenomenally against my fusion monsters, just tucking them back, especially because Ensemble is, with 2 materials, only, 1,000 attack, so he would have been able to spin them back. So I think he just should have kept the Ensemble, if I'm correct about the effect. So I open up Prosperity here, and with Prosperity, I elect to start with that, then go Duality afterwards. My hand is just so stacked. I don't remember what I take here, but we'll find out.
I think we're going to take the Alert. And then these go to the bottom. Anything on res?
Nope, you're good.
Alright. I'm going to activate Pot of Duality.
Yep.
Fossil Dig.
Sure you don't want the fair flame?
I'm sure. I'll activate Fossil Dig.
Yep. You have another fossil?
No, I wish. That would have been really nice to start with, actually.
Activate Tune Table of Contents to grab another Tune Table of Contents.
IP.
Let's go normal.
Yep.
Effects.
Sure.
It's going to set one from deck. We're going to set
No, it shuffles
the
both back to back. Shuffles both.
Set final countdown.
Dinomorphia Frenzy.
In all honesty, it really would not have mattered if he did negate this with UDF, because the cards in my hand would have more than sufficed the difference of having that card negated and destroyed. But I think he probably should have just fired it off anyway, just not only to prevent the damage, but also just to, you know, put me on, well, you better have it. But yeah, having Frenzy, having Domain, double strike warning is so absolutely disgusting in this position here.
Activate Domain.
Someone's worth over.
So pay half. Therizia. Diplos. For Kentragina. Frenzy, pay half. Is that resolving?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send a Stealth Bergia. I'm actually going to send this Therizia from the field for Rexterm. I think that'll be fine. And you are good to proceed into your main phase.
Barrel carry effect. Targeting. Global Sparrow to special envelope.
That's fine.
Global Sparrow's effect add. Or one Moon Beast.
If you lay on one, targeting.
Sure.
You're at the top, aren't you? Sapphire Swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Attempt to normal summon Sapphire Swallow.
Okay, on res, I'll activate Kentragina. I will banish the domain. Pay half. Can't activate it. Because my life points are lower than its attack.
Where's the bounce one? Where's the bounce? Okay. Stand by this.
What does that do?
It's gonna banish.
Just made a bad effect.
Yeah, so is Brand Fusion. Yeah.
She's the reborn.
Gonna
Yeah,
do
target.
Diplos, Therizia. No, you know what? I'm just gonna do actually double Diplos. Unless it has to be two different names. Let me check. Might be yeah, it has to be different names. All right, so it has to be one Diplos, and I'll actually use Kentragina then for Stelbergia.
You just already sent one, didn't you?
Yeah, so definitely, just as an aside here, if I'm resolving, if you are playing against a Dinomorphia player and they do this to you and they put up a Stealth Bergia, just call it quits. You have already lost the game if you are at the point where the fusion target is Stealth Bergia. Like, there is no coming back from this point, especially given I've Alert to summon back the Kentragina if I want, or the other two. I have Solemn Warning, which I do here for absolutely free. The Strike and Miscellaneous Source in hand, you're cooked at this point.
I think I can. Because I can do this. I can grab. Yeah. Yeah. No, that'll do it. I think this deck is so good. Yeah, top deck in the two. I don't know. I'm still like learning how to get past it. So I can theoretically
Here.
Doesn't it feel good to actually play interactive Yu-Gi-Oh and not against Dinomorphia?
Again, you can't
Yeah, I know.
Draw. Standby. Main.
Yep.
Duality.
But I want to. That's the thing. I want
Take the Fair Flames.
Let's take another Pod Duelist. Just activate. Wait for next turn to activate another one.
So for those of you who don't know what Fair Flames does, it shuffles back monsters your opponent's controls
Go ahead.
up to the life point total you have. They have to equal that life point total or less. So if you have, for example, 63 life points, then they shuffle back their entire board, non-targeting. which is what I do here. I go for the duality. I look for the out for this UDF, which is the Ferret Flames. I start assembling a massive board, and then I just start preparing to clear the board at this point, making sure that he can't play basically he can't play the game after this.
I'll set off the Rizia, send domain off of Diplos. Then I will Ferret Flames. So it's going to shuffle that back to your extra deck.
There's a lot of Draco Tail players out in New York, so I do play this matchup a lot.
We have 72.
It's really, really hard to beat Draco Tails.
I'll just normal another Diplos.
Every time, like, it's so
Torrential.
hard to, like you gotta have to kill them in a turn.
Chain Mist.
Because if they can get going again, like the problem I think with this deck.
No, it makes it so all of my dinosaurs are unaffected by your card effects the rest of the turn.
But, like, you
Go to battle.
This
is 1,000.
You can obviously keep like looping him to Raigeki, but
15. Oh, I'm sorry, this is just another 1,000. You took the 500 burn.
like, it's hard to do that. But obviously,
And this is 2,000.
is beneficial for that.
And then 3,000.
Just barely alive.
Just barely. And I will pass there.
I'm gonna special summon Wobbler. Wobbler's effect.
Chain Psalm Strike. I don't have to pay.
Is that a negate and destroy?
Negate and destroy, yeah.
Special summon.
You just resolve strike with Stealth Burgie on field.
I did.
That's so annoying.
Pretty cool.
Set and back.
End phase, I'll go Brute. I will target Diplos, target your set to pop them. Diplos effect to summon Therizia. Therizia effect to set. Set a copy of...
Admittedly, I did forget that Diplos needs to banish a trap, but if we're being honest here, it really doesn't matter. I have a billion targets engraved to banish, and then at this point, I just let him know, like, I'm going to draw for turn, going to go battle, I'm going to attack with everything, and that's game. So, there it is. That's the whole thing. After this, we'll move on to the deck profile. That's really it. Hope you enjoyed this dual replay. It was pretty easy to record. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this in the future from now on, just the way that I had it. It was very fun duel. But yeah, we're going to move on to the deck profile.
I just want to play you no matter what. Even when Evan wins, I'm still playing you. You don't get the choice.
I don't think that's how that works.
He's going to be voluntold.
Hey everyone, welcome to the deck profile. So we are going to do a deck profile for the Dinomorphia deck that I went undefeated with. Now again, caveat here, it was a short locals. Yes, I played 2 meta decks and I went undefeated with those. Well, no, I won the game 3 with one of them. The other one I think I 2-0'd, and then as you saw in this video, I 2-0'd Leaderless Tri-Brigade. Now that isn't to say this deck is perfect, but I did like my list, and I wanted to just share with you guys. So I'll be going over the main deck, and I'll also be going over the extra deck. But I'm not going to be doing the side deck because that was more attuned to what I knew, not what I knew, but what might possibly be at my locals. So with that being said, we're going to get started. Now, again, one gigantic caveat, right? And I want to make sure this is known before we even start getting into the deck profile, that it was a very short locals. So do not take this as like biblical scripture that Dinomorphia would be able to do well at a larger event. I think the deck performed phenomenally. My draws were great. My hands were wonderful. I didn't really have too many issues going first or second. Even when I was going against Sky Striker and they broke my entire board, it still took like 10 turns for that game 2 to end up with me losing. So again, I want you all to know before you start getting into this that even though it performed well at a small locals, that isn't a great enough sample size. And I often see that being the case in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, is taking just one local deck profile and then people run with it and end up disappointed. So take that as you will, large grain of salt. I do think the deck is very capable, but I'm not so sure about how it would hold up in a major event, even with the new rules in place for life point and end of match procedure. So obviously, for the Dinomorphia deck, we're playing 3 Therizia. She, on normal or special summon, sets a Dinomorphia trap from your deck. And then if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, then you can banish a trap from your grave, special summon another Dinomorphia that's level 4 lower, which your other target there is Diplos. Diplos has that same effect, that if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a trap, special summon another Dinomorphia, which, keep in mind, we're still missing one Dinomorphia apparent main deck monster. I think they're on the front of Frenzy. I think it's Frenzy. You can see that they're missing one. And then if he's normal or special, you can send a Dinomorphia card from your deck to the graveyard, which is typically just always a trap. Then if your life points are 2,000 or less, you inflict 500 points of damage. So otherwise, it's really just good to send traps to prevent battle or effect damage for a turn, and obviously to send maybe a card that you could copy off of Kentragina, like a fusion. Then just one copy of Miscellaneous Source. It's miscellaneous. All your stuff is dinos. Protect all your stuff. This is how I won one of the games with Torrential Tribute being activated. Very good card. Traps, which there are a lot of. First, we have 3 copies of Dinomorphia Domain. I think this one's pretty obvious too. You're running 3 of this, and you're running 3 copies of Dinomorphia Frenzy. You can't have a Dinomorphia deck without 3 and 3 of each. And on this one, this is where you can see, I believe, what is the missing 3rd main deck monster. But the only difference, Domain fusion summons from deck like Branded Fusion, or it can use cards from your field or hand. Frenzy is very specific. It's during your opponent's main phase. You pay half your life points to fusion summon one from your extra deck. And for this one, you have to use 1 monster from your extra deck and 1 monster from your main deck as material. So it's a little bit more strict. 3 copies of Intact. This is the one that everyone was waiting for. Dinomorphia players rejoice. Thankfully, I'm happy this card came out. This one is a monster effect negation while you control a Dinomorphia card. So it doesn't have to be a fusion, just has to be a card. So for example, if you set this in Frenzy, you activate Frenzy, they activate Ash, then you can activate Intact to negate the Ash. So you pay half, and this is one where if you would take battle damage, then it just keeps having your life instead. 2 ofs. 2 alert. This card is fantastic. I would never increase it or decrease it. It's just perfect as it is. It summons back your Rexsturm. It can summon back your Kentragina, Stealthbergia. It can summon back both Diplos and Therizia at the same time. It's a perfect card. Some 1-ofs. 1 Brute, 1 Sonic, and 1 Reversion. I only play one of these because they're more situational and they're all searchable. Reversion is really only there just because we play a lot of counter traps. So for example, 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Good card. I don't really think I need to explain that. 2 copies of Solemn Warning. I really do like this card in this format. There's a lot of Xyz summoning happening. There's a lot of Synchro summoning that's happening. Inherent special summons. It just hits us all. Link summoning just hits it. And of course, 1 Solemn Judgment because it is now limited from the October ban list. 3 Ferret Flames. This card, in case you don't know, if the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, then your opponent needs to shuffle back enough monsters that it is equal to or less than your life points. So I was pretty bad at explaining this, but my opponents read and understood. So what this means is when your life points get to about 63, which is typical, or 50 or below that, then what's going to end up happening is unless they have monsters with 0 attack or maybe 100 attack in niche scenarios, your opponent has to shuffle non-targeting everything they control monster-wise back into the deck. So it is complete board wipe, non-targeting. And lastly, of course, we're playing 3 copies of Soul the Supreme King because we play the Supreme King package, which wins games pretty much on its own. If this card resolves its second effect to banish it and the Supreme King Zark to summon out as many of the dragons as possible, for the names, I think you can only summon 4 or 5. you're winning the game on the spot. Wonderful card, and it pays half your life points, which is obviously really good for the deck to pay half. You want your life points low. Spells, 3 copies of Fossil Dig. Um, it's Fossil Dig. You want to search out your Therizia, so you're playing basically 6 copies of her. Then 3 copies of Pot of Duality. I need to get the other secrets, but um, regardless of rarity, Pot of Duality, great card. You're not normal summoning, or I'm sorry, you're not special summoning on your first turn, whether you're going first or second. So just digging to get the cards that you actually need to either keep the momentum, to perform something like counterplay, or to set up your board is really important. And of course, 1 prosperity. If this comes up, you're typically banishing 2 Stealth Bergia, 1 Rexterm, 1 Kentragina, and then a 2 of any of the one of Odd Eyes, Pendulum Dragon, whatever cards from your extra deck. So you always have targets for it, which is important. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, this is really quick, really obvious, and obviously I don't want to spend too much time on this just because the video is probably already long enough. We have 3 copies of Rexterm. This is pretty obvious. This is your boss monster, your end goal. For those of you who don't know, Rexterm, it's a level 8 dino, which means you can summon it back off of the alert trap. While this card is on the field, your opponent can't activate monster effects on the field whose attack is equal or higher than your life points. And what you can do as a quick effect is you can pay half your life points to make all of your opponent's monsters attack equal to your current life points after you've paid half for cost. What that means is if they have anything regularly that is on the field where their attack is higher already than what your life points are, their effects are already negated. And if they start summoning things that are lower than that, then you can get your life points lower while also making their attack equal to that of which your life points are at now after you've paid. And then those effects can't be activated either. 3 copies of Kentragina. This one, what else is there to say? She's one of the main goals of the deck. You want to use your effect to copy the effects of your traps in the grave. She's also giant beatstick, which is important. And of course, 3 Stealth Bergia. I did, as you saw in one of the games, I was able to resolve a few traps under this without paying any life points. It also has a good float effect. It's just a good card overall. And like I said in the video, honestly, if you are at the point in the game where you're grinding to the point that I or any other Dinomorphia player is summoning Stealth Bergia, you might as well just pack up your cards and go either to the next game or take the L, because at that point there's no way you're winning the duel. So that's it for the Dinomorphia extra deck. And then just for the regular extra deck, so we're playing an Arcray Dragon, never came up, it's easily replaceable. 1 Supreme King's Arc, because you have to play it. And then we have, for the other dragons, we have a Fusion Dragon in Starving Venom. We have a Pendulum Dragon in Brave Eyes, which negates hand traps. Odd Eyes Rebellion Xyz, which could come up theoretically for its Pendulum effect, but it's mostly just there for a beat stick. And 1 copy of Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, not only for the spell negate, but also becomes unaffected. But it's mostly the spell negate, the board wipe here, and negating almost every Ghost Girl hand trap, which is also really important for Brave, because if you summon that out before you have to activate any of your Dinomorphia traps and they try to ash it, too bad, it's negated. You can't do anything about that. Can't Veiler stuff. You can't Droll, stuff like that. Very important card. So yeah, that is the deck. That's the profile. The side deck, honestly, what I would keep it to is not playing board breakers, more over stuff to just help with your trap lineup. I know in mine, for example, I'm playing Lord of the Heavenly Prison just because it protects your traps from destruction. You can just activate it first thing, set all your cards, and then pass your turn. And then if your opponent has like quick play or end phase effects that can destroy set cards on your turn, then they can't be destroyed, which is really good. I played 2 additional copies of Dinomorphia Sonic, because if I'm going first, and I know I'm going first, I'm going to side into more spell trap negation to stop things like Evenly Matched or Lightning Storm. I was playing Evenly Matched itself, and then I know I was playing Full Force Virus, and I think Deck Devastation Virus, because everything is dark, and you can use it in tandem with Lord of the Heavenly Prison. So for example, if you have the Deck Devi in hand, you can set it, summon Lord, use Lord's effect to set something from deck, and then deck Devi right away to clear it off the board and destroy a bunch of stuff in your opponent. So I think the virus cards are really good, and because they're normal traps, they can be banished off of the Dinomorphias to use their effects. But regardless, that's tangential. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile, and honestly, I think it was pretty fun. I think I'm gonna keep playing it for a little while longer. I think it's pretty good into the format right now. I don't think it's like amazing or the top tier deck, especially into something like Mitsuyumi, but I think it can hold its own and definitely win matches at a local. I don't know about regional level, but perhaps, who knows? It's always possible. I might try it only because I already have my invite, so I could just play something for fun. But either way, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to go back to the remainder of what's left of this. Thanks. See ya. Hey, welcome to the end of this profile. So there's a few updates that I feel are going to be pretty pertinent here. First off, thank you for watching the video to this point. Hope you enjoyed. Second of all, just for anyone that cares at all, if applicable, so this channel it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna get deleted, but it's probably gonna go on a bit of a hiatus again. I've tried to maintain this channel myself without Natty being around often because of many circumstances happening in which he cannot control and he must attend to. So because of that, I just don't have the time. My job is pretty all-encompassing as a therapist, and I'm so very close to achieving my LPC license that I kind of need to focus more on that right now, as the job itself is very intensive and pretty all-consuming for everything that it encompasses. So that being said, I don't know when the next deck profile or vlog or anything will be. It could be this Sunday if I have time. It could be a month from now, 2, 3 months from now. It kind of really depends on when I can get either John or Natty back into the fray to help me out with a few things on here, as I don't have anyone else helping me produce any content, any material that would be usable for a social platform like YouTube. And at this point, with how busy my personal life is, I simply don't have the time anymore to record hours worth of content or even 20 minutes at a time to upload, or rather edit and then upload. Even to this point, this video will be 3 weeks old at this point. The locals that is in this video happened about 3 weekends ago at this point, and just that goes to show how long editing, very basic editing, takes for me, just because I don't have the time. So just wanted to put that out there so people understand what is going to happen and why it is very likely that there's going to be a long absence for this channel until myself, Natty, or all three of us, including John, who I don't think you guys have met yet, but he wants to, as far as I'm aware, would like to get more into the social aspect of this and do some online regionals and YCSs. So that's what I'm sort of looking forward to at this point, is doing a lot more online play than in person, perhaps. But until then, that is the update I wanted to give out. Sorry for the appearance. This is very late at night, and I don't have any other time to do this until this point. So I figured better now than never. But for what it's worth, that's the update. Again, thank you for watching this video. Hope you like it. Hope you like the deck. Please use it. I implore you to. I think even to this point, December 3rd, 2025, it is still a feasible option, at least at a locals level. I don't know about a regional level because there's just not enough data for something for me to ascertain if that would actually be applicable. But if you already have your invite, or you just want to have fun, either in a main event, side event, go for it. Have a good time with it. Hopefully it does you some justice. And even then, if you use it, let me know in the comments, personal message, whatever it takes. Let me know how it goes. But until we see you guys again, that's where I'm going to end it here. And we'll see you all next time. See ya.